Oh, I see what you did there. Yes, that was a nice touch. Actually, recapping what took place last week before we roll in. That's something new for daytime soap. Hmm. Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on the video. Welcome back. Listen, we are at week 2. This is my review for Beyond the Gates. This is season 1, episode 6. We got 1 week under our belt of our new show. And like I said, I thought it was a nice touch that before we got started, they actually did a little quick recap of everything that pretty much everything that happened in the first week, real fast. And I thought that was a nice touch. I'm not used to that in daytime soap. Daytime soap just kind of just goes. But yeah, I thought that was a nice touch. So here we are at this wedding. Okay, we're at the wedding. I will say this. This is the first time thus far that I felt like a scene was dragged out. This situation at the wedding was pretty dragged out. Um, and I think it's for drama's sake because nothing really happened. Nothing really happened. We kind of like hung on, like, oh my gosh, somebody got shot. She actually didn't shoot anybody. She shot the flowers. The flowers had been shot. I said, okay. So the flowers had been shot. This was basically a big standoff of Bill, Haley, and Danny. It's just a standoff, and she's standing there with the gun, and it's a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth of, oh, I'm so hurt. I'm like, girl, now you Miss Danny, you about to drive me crazy now because you're doing that whole thing. You're going from victim to villain to victim to villain. Girl, find a spot. Find a spot. So you're back kind of groveling, and at the same time, you're telling them they need to kneel before you and apologize to you. And everybody's like looking, and it's crazy. She said, if you don't want to get hurt, get out of the room. A whole bunch of people were like, I don't even care to see what's getting ready to happen. I'm out. Because listen, that would have been me. I'm nosy, but I ain't that nosy. Remember, bullets do not have names. Do you understand? When you go and you purchase bullets, they don't have names. So just like she shot the flowers, baby, that bullet could have ricocheted and ended up anywhere, in anybody. Anybody could have became a rose, because a rose is still a rose. Honey, that bullet could have ended up anywhere. Bullets ain't got no names. I'd have been up out of there, gone dead. And who knew Danny knew how to shoot? Maybe I'd have been gone. Listen, Mama Dupree didn't even know Danny owned a gun. Catch. Okay. Anyway, so that's they were having that standoff. And when she said she wanted them to kneel, I said, and do what? And she said, apologize to me. I said, oh, girl, get on out of here, Annie. I said, what are you talking about? And Naomi is holding her husband at bay because, of course, you know, he's a detective. So he's ready to jump into action and I guess pretty much tackle his mother-in-law. She's like, you tackle my mother, you damn fool. You know, she said, it's my job. She said, you tackle my mama, you damn fool. So they're going back and forth. And then we get more about, you know, a reiteration of how she came in and how she betrayed their trust and stole her husband. I said, okay. And I said, y'all getting a little Tyler Perry on me because we didn't heard it. We know, girl. She came over for a Big Mac and she stole Big Daddy. We know, we got it. We got it. So it pretty much stretched out, but that was really all that was going on. And at a point once she told her, she said, and you stop hiding behind hiding behind him. And it was just a big old mess. And he told her, listen, she's not going to cow down to you. She's not going to do it. She said, that's fine, because you're the one. You're the one who betrayed me. So you kneel before me. And honey, he went to go do it, and he rushed her. And yeah, they tussling and carrying on, and you hear the gun go off. But we're led to believe it didn't hit anybody. It just, I guess, hit the floor. Again, these bullets that I tell you that don't really, they don't have names on them. And now, if I would have been, if I'd have had my pen, maybe somebody would have been shot. Somebody would have been shot. I'd have let her shoot Bill, though. I'm just telling you the truth. I'd have let her shoot Bill, and for the next 6 weeks, Bill would be in a wheelchair. That would have been me. That would have been me. Bill would have been in a wheelchair talking plenty of shit. But that would have been me. But anyway, the gun, you hear the gun go off, but nobody gets shot. And here's the thing. There's a phone sitting on a chair where the people ran out, and the phone's sitting on the chair, and it's recording. I said, oh my gosh, somebody's recording. I'm going to tell you what I thought it was at first. As I wrote it in my notes, I said, Smitty and Martin, because Smitty and Martin had this little conversation before they revealed whose phone it was. And Martin was saying, he said, this is just great. All I need is bad press. I don't need any bad press at this point. And Smitty was looking a little sideways. I said, what's going on with Smitty? Remember earlier on in the wedding, Smitty was talking to somebody on the phone. And I said, is Smitty trying to gather his little things together? Is Smitty get ready to plan an escape away from old Martin and his nighttime night terrors and carrying on? I said, And then we did a couple commercial breaks. We come back, we find out that the phone actually belonged to Chelsea. We did see Chelsea was actually streaming. And I was like, that don't make no sense. Girl, you don't even like this. You hated this whole situation. But I don't know. I guess that's good gossip. So you were just going to do that. But she left her phone on. And that was Chelsea's. So once all that went down, Bill told her, you could have killed somebody. She's like, whatever. Who's I going to kill? The flowers? And she basically just walked on away from it. And that was that. So then we see Martin go to the cameraman, cute little cameraman. Y'all see the cameraman? Cameraman was cute. He deserves an honorable mention. Hey, cutie. But he is like, I didn't film anything because I got so scared when the guns were drawn. I forgot all about the job at that point. And Martin was like, okay, because they were going to confiscate that camera and that footage. And so they thought they were actually good to go. Meanwhile, they don't know that Chelsea actually, and it wasn't just footage. Chelsea's stupid behind was literally live streaming, and it began to go viral. And there's like she has 1 million followers. So I'm like, oh, okay. So all of that's going on. Let's jump over to the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. Now, our nurse who actually is training Ashley is a messy bitch. She's on the phone, baby. She's keying, giving the tea, getting the tea, rolling the tea. She knows some of everybody's business. I said, you the one to watch because you are nosy and you are messy as hell. And just carrying on. Ain't paying no attention to these two fools are locked up in this doggone elevator with this pregnant woman who is now in labor, full on labor, because she done been jarred by the doggone, the whole scare of being locked in it done jarred her, baby. And maybe the baby said, I want out, baby. I want to see what's going on. So we got all that going on. Eventually, they actually deliver the baby inside of the elevator. Meanwhile, while that's going on, Derek is down at the pub that they hang out at. And he's like, I don't know what's taking her so long. And that's kind of, I'm laughing at. He's a fireman. She's a nurse. We'll just go with it. But since when do firemen and nurse actually make dates and actually be able to keep them? Not happening. Those are two of the most busy people in the world. Okay, but he sat there for a good long while. Then he went on back to the hospital, and finally they end up figuring out that there's these two fools are in here with this pregnant woman. And well, they didn't even know about the pregnant woman, but they just knew that somebody was in the elevator. And they open the door, and they sitting on the floor with a baby and the woman, and all this is a baby girl. And then right after that, we see this interaction with Ashley and Andre. In this time they did this together, they done bonded. I said, oh, this is going to be a problem. They done bonded. And then when you look, you say, oh, you see that Derek, I believe, actually noticed the little bond, because the lady said, it'd be wonderful if I had a photographer that could actually take a picture of the baby and for her baby book. And he's like, oh, I'll be happy to do it. And they also, she's like, can y'all take pictures? So we got a picture of Ashley holding the baby with Andre, looking like an old nasty piece of a couple. And Derek's looking like, I said, that's your inner spirit. That's your third eye. Derek telling you, watch her, and him too. But she's your property. Well, you're trying to make her your property. She's your gig, honey. You watch her, baby, because he done sunk his teeth into her almost. I said, oh, that's going to be a good mess. Let's jump around again. Let's go on over here to these old conniving heifers that Eva and her mama, Leslie. Okay, so here it is. Eva actually is Ted's daughter. Ted, I believe, knows. I got a feeling that Ted don't really know much about it. I believe Leslie is a wackadoo, and I don't think he really knows. But she's basically saying he basically wanted nothing to do with her or the baby, this, that, and the other. But then he actually, you were such a jump off. He don't even know your last name, sis. And that's what she said. He doesn't know my name. Her name's Dana. Her name is Dana, and that's all he knows is Dana. And basically, from what she was saying, he didn't even recognize you and that gal. So I don't think it was a situation of him not wanting to do right by you. I think it's all in your head. I think it's all in your head. And it was you had a little tryst with a good looking man, and he put that thing on you, baby, and your body said, yes, give me more, honey. And you got pregnant. And you had a baby, and I don't think he was none the wiser. And I think I don't know, but that's just my feels. They ain't led on all that. We ain't heard Ted say nothing. But Miss Leslie is a wackadoo, and Eva ain't wrapped too tight either, because you just as nasty and vicious as your mammy is. And then I looked around her. Eva, though, don't even know about Laura. She doesn't realize that her mother is the one that actually caused Laura's accident. So Eva's conniving, but she don't know how despicable that mama is. And mama is despicable. Maybe she gave attempted murder, trying to get you a mess. This is going to be a mess. Them two is something vicious. And again, remember, there's no honor amongst thieves. So like I said, Eva don't even realize that mama is really just a killer. I said, oh my, okay. Moving right along. Now, once all of this stuff happens, they put out a call. Everybody Dupree's need to get on home, honey. So we need to have a conversation. We need to figure out what's going on. Everybody's at Mama and Papa Dupree's house, but don't nobody know where Danny is. Danny down at the pub ordering her a drink. And her best girlfriend's there, and the best girlfriend's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't there. I'm not judging you. I'm your ride or die girl. If we need to slash some tires, I'm here now. I'm here. I'm with the shits. I'm like, girl, you a couple of antics too late, but girl, we already in. So she gets her little call and she's like, pay for that drink that I did. That's what you can do for me, friend. I gotta go to the Dupree's because everybody's being called for a meeting. She gets there when I tell you Mama Dupree went off on Danny. She let Danny have it. Danny got to trying to play that role of, oh, well, I just felt so bad and this and that. She said, you know better than that. She said, you don't lessen yourself to anybody. You rise above. You don't act up like this. She said, are you crazy? She said, look at all the trouble that you got started. Now you got us in a position all over again. Where now your father's going to have to go down there and beg this man's forgiveness yet again about this old foolishness. You're going to have something else to hold over our head and all of this kind of carrying on. So she gets to being a brat. She storms out. That's what we found out. She's the baby. Nicole is actually older. Nicole goes after her. Nicole gets her together and all that. And, you know, gets her. She's like, you're good. She like, I made a fool of myself, Nicole, and I made a fool of everybody. She's like, you did, but that's all right. We got you. We got you. And you're good. It's cool. You went through some stuff. It's cool. Honey, Nicole told Mama Dupree. She said, yes, she said, you know, she's, you know, she feels really bad. This is a real bad situation. And she just didn't handle it well. And you were kind of rough, Mama. She told her, she said, hey, Bill and Haley didn't apologize to her. And neither am I. I said, oh, listen, Danny, this time I think you really did piss your mama off. I think you did. And I think it's because, see, at the end of the day, they love their children. But end of the day, it's them two that it started off with, that Mama Dupree and that Papa Dupree, baby, they thick as thieves, baby. And listen, you put her husband in a position, even though you her daughter and you her baby daughter, baby, she's pissed with you. Don't you mess with her man, honey. Don't mess with my man. Or I'm the one to bring it to you. I said, come on, Mama Dupree. Throw that heifer. You got my husband all jammed up with your bullshit. I said, uh-huh. So the father said, all right. Then there was this little exchange about Naomi and Martin. And Martin's like, you know, Martin's working on his own thing. He's trying to keep his nose clean. He said, she said, I don't like how you looking at me, cousin. He said, I'm worried about that little cop that you married. I said, oh. And he was, you know, he has that duty. Because Naomi, she said to him, she said, go home. Just go home. He's like, what, I'm my family now? She said, you're a cop. You don't need to know anything. You don't need to hear anything that might incriminate you later. You need to go. And baby, I said, look at how they go to family and everybody else is an outsider. I said, let me let you in on something, baby. That is truly the Black family and how it works. Yeah, all those extended cousins and extended family members, that's all cute. But when the shit really hits the fan, baby, it'll start locking down on you, baby. Third cousins become less important when it's about the first cousins. That's just the way it is. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's how the African-American family works, honey. Don't ever believe that there ain't levels to the shit. When my second and third cousins get out of pocket with one of my first cousins, sides will be picked. That's just the way. Blood is thicker than mud, but it just depends on how close to the vein we're playing, honey. Quit playing. Y'all write that down in the comments. Do your family operate that way? And be honest. Don't get in my comments and don't be being honest. Are sides chosen when it comes to you and your family versus your extended family? I'd love to know. And don't lie. If you're going to participate, tell the truth. I'm telling you, in my family, it depends on how close to the vein the shit gets. baby, there's levels to it. Anyway, but I've seen that. I said, baby, all the little extended family members they was giving Dupree's only. I said, oh, all righty. Anyway, so that's what Papa Dupree was like. I wish we had that gun, because actually the husband, actually Naomi's husband, got the gun. He's the one who took the gun off of old girl. Then here we come. Chelsea come through, and her cousin. And her cousin says Chelsea has something she has to tell everybody. Chelsea tells the fact that she done messed everything up with her social media bull crap, honey. And they was like, oh man, oh, here we go. So the last thing we actually end up seeing, Papa Dupree says, well, it seems like it's time to call a press conference. We will go in solidarity. It's time for us to spend this. I said, come on with the goddamn Olivia Pope of it all. I said, okay. And we see Bill and Haley getting back to the house, and he's like, oh, look at his face. I gotta go. I gotta go to a press conference. They're going back to the country club for this here press conference. So this is gonna be interesting to see how is this conversation get ready to go down. How's this get ready to go down? And I don't think Bill actually knows yet that Chelsea's stuff is going viral. That he actually has a leg to stand on. He got them in a position. And I don't think he actually knows it yet, but I got a feeling he's going to find out during this press conference. Anyway, that's it, guys. Episode 6. Look like we're off to a real rocky second week. Let's go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.